right, so let's go ahead and get started here today, actually standing at the top of your mat. And you might see me kind of jump around. I may switch directions and things like that just so that you can see or have a clearer picture of what's going on. But you would still be pretty much facing forward on your mat unless I direct you otherwise. So from here, we'll go ahead and spread all 10 toes up off the mat and go ahead and spread them back into the ground here. And then inhale, lift all 10 toes up. As we exhale, pressing into the ground. Again, inhale, lift the 10 toes up. And exhale, really spread and sort of melt those toes and press into the earth from there. Let's go ahead from here, start to turn your gaze over your one shoulder and back through center. Inhale, turning the gaze over the other shoulder. Exhaling through center. One more time, let's go both sides. Give the neck a nice little stretch here. Back over to the other side when you're ready. And through center. From here, let's bring the chin all the way in towards the throat. And go ahead and soften your knees. Begin to bend your knees here as you ragdoll forward. So let your arms and head, your shoulders, upper body hang heavy. Continue to bend the knees as you come all the way down and sort of round over yourself here, round into yourself. Tucking the chin. Maybe go ahead and separate your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. And then hold on to your opposite elbows now. You're still, knees are still bent. And we're gently gonna shift our weight from one side to the other. Just gonna let the arms here gently sway from side to side. And again, fully shifting your weight so you can feel sort of a release there through the upper back and stretch the hamstrings. Deep, slow exhales, letting everything out. And then from here, as we come back through center, maybe place the hands down on the ground again, knees are bent. Shake your head gently side to side, releasing the neck. And then up and down. Nice deep, slow breaths, cleansing exhales. Feel free to also exhale out through the mouth whenever it feels good for you, just sighing out. And then go ahead and bend into your knees a lot here and start to roll through your spine, ragdolling up. So chin in, vertebrae by vertebrae. Those slow, deep breaths. And roll the shoulders up by the ears as you inhale. And exhale, releasing one more time. Inhale, up by your ears. Exhale. Right, one more time, we'll bring the chin in towards the throat. Rolling down, bending into the knees. Deep, slow breaths. Now from here, we're going to interlace. Actually, let's, as if we're trying to draw up energy from the core of the earth with our hands. We're going to inhale, draw up slowly up through the center of the body, and then press the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, circle the arms all the way around you, and then bend into the knees again, like we're again gathering up that energy as we inhale, drawing up through the center. Inhale, a little more stretch. Exhale, soften through the knees. Now interlace the fingers this time. Inhale, drawing all the way in and up. Inhale, a little more, flip the palms over, look up. And then exhale. Let's try that one more time here. Inhale, root down through your feet and your legs. Look up towards the sky, big stretch. And then exhale, release the arms and just find yourself here in Tadasana. Standing in mountain pose for a moment, connect. And then from here, go ahead and separate the feet as wide apart as you need, and then gently just swing the arms from side to side. So a real gentle twist. You can even let the arm, hand slap the low back a little bit here. Just let it go. All right. And then from here, let's go ahead and find the feet again, just hip distance apart. That's about 2/5 width between your inner arches there. Pressing down through the feet, inhale, reach up toward the sky. As you exhale, let's pull up through your right wrist as you press down through the right foot and come up and over, directly side here, stretching the side body. And then root down into the earth. Inhale, again, press down through your left foot as you pull up through the left wrist. Exhale, up and over to the side. Hips and shoulders stay square. Inhale as we come back through center. Exhale, let's bring your right arm underneath the left, crossing the elbows and wrists, or you can hold on to opposite shoulders here. I'm just going to turn my angle here so you can see as you inhale, reach the elbows up towards the sky, lift the heart and the gaze. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees again and sort of round into the upper back. So really stretching into the shoulders and upper back here, tucking the chin between that space between your arms. Take some deep cleansing breaths here. And just releasing the shoulders, empty out through your exhales. One more breath. Big and full. And then exhale, release the arms here. Interlace the fingers behind you. In Yoga Mudra, stretching through the shoulders. Again, still bending the knees. So not too much, not too little. Enough so you feel a good stretch in the shoulders here. One more breath here. And as we exhale, go ahead and release the arms down. From here, at the top of your mat, we inhale, halfway rise, so flat back. We can press the thigh bones back. Lift the stomach, the belly, the abdominals in and up as you lengthen your spine. Exhale and deepen your fold. Let's go ahead and step your left leg back into a nice deep lunge. Huge step and light landing back. Lower that left knee and curl the back toes. And then we'll go ahead and press down into the front foot as we lift up onto your right thigh here and releasing the fingers. So from here, see if you can gently stretch the arms long as we lengthen the spine upward and maybe arc the upper back just slightly up and back. So opening up through the chest and the throat. And if you like, you can reach the arms up towards the sky on Uttanasan. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring the arms down by your sides. From here, lifting up the back knee as you inhale, come to plank pose, pressing into your fingertips here as well. And exhale, let's go ahead and lower onto your hands and knees. So bring your knees right under your hips here. Send your inner thighs up and back again as we lift the abdominals and the pelvic floor. Inhale, look up between the brows. And as we exhale, we're going to lower halfway down, keeping your elbows stacked above the wrists. So going forward and then keeping your shoulders no lower than the elbows. So we inhale, press back up. As we exhale, so as we kind of sort of dip forward, we lift the abdominals, lift the pelvic floor in and up. Press back up, inhale. Exhale, halfway down we're pressing into the fingertips like we're trying to pull ourselves to the floor. Then from here, we're going to straighten the knees and lower. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the triceps and pressing into the tops of the feet. Let's tuck the chin in as we inhale, curling cobra. So we're going to lead with the heart. Head is the last thing to come up or look up. Exhale, squeeze the triceps again, leading with your heart towards the earth, and the head comes down last. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale, curling up. Legs are long and strong, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, slowly lower. Again, try to keep pressing into your fingertips as well. Tuck the chin, inhale. Tailbone down, belly lifts. Lift your heart. Exhale. From here, squeeze your triceps in. Reverse the push-up. You can go up onto your knees, or you can curl the toes under and then lift up into a full plank. Bend into your knees here. So we're going to lift the hips high and bend the knees in bear pose. Bend the knees like you're resting right on top of your thighs here. And then go and stretch into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And feel free here to just walk it out. You can separate your hands and feet as wide apart as you need or as you like. Really just listen to your body and what's needed, what feels good for you today. And then from here, we'll bring the feet about hip distance apart again. Left leg towards the sky and three-legged dog. So we're gonna lift up onto our tippy toes here first, actually. And then as the left leg goes out, keep the outer thigh rolling down and flex the ankle, and then pinky toe pointing down towards the ground. Press into your fingertips and both hands equally. As we exhale, let's bring that left thigh towards your chest, lift that heel high. Inhale here. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. We'll go ahead and lower that right knee down, left knee above the ankle. So adjust your left foot, your standing foot as you need to. Uncurl the back toes. Interlace the fingers again on top of your left thigh here. Tailbone down. You can see if we can press into that left big toe mound and lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath in, lift through the heart center, really using your core here to support. And the core is not just the front of the body, but it wraps around your whole torso, right? Take a deep inhale, lengthen, lift through the heart center. And exhale. Sorry, we can reach the arms up here. Again, if you like, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. And as we exhale, we'll bring the hands down. Let's go ahead and lift up the back knee again. Step that right foot forward between the hands. Fold. Deep, slow breaths here as we bow forward, fold. Feel like you can interlace the fingers behind you again, stretch the shoulders. One more breath. Exhaling, release the hands down. Inhaling, halfway to rise again, thigh bones press back. The belly lifts up and forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasan. Root down through both feet as we inhale. Strong through the legs, lift through the heart center, reach up, palms to prayer. Exhale, let's bring the arms down by your sides in Tadasana, mountain pose. Whenever you're ready, root down, inhale, reach up towards the sky. This time, interlace fingers, point index to the sky, and let's bring your left thumb on top. Again, root down through both feet as you inhale, and Kali Mudra, reach up, lift the heart and the gaze. As we exhale, come up and over to your left first. Breathe. Root down again as we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press down into your left foot as you come up and over to your right. Stretching all the way through the upper body. One more time, deep inhale, lift up through heart center. As we exhale, we're going to bring the left arm underneath the right, this time crossing elbows and wrists. So again, you could hold shoulders if you need to. Inhale, lift up through the heart center, elbows up. As we exhale, we're going to bring those elbows in, round to your spine, bend into your knees. Round, 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 ragdoll forward again, tucking the chin in towards the throat. Deep cleansing breaths. So really bringing our gaze and our attention inward. Tuning in with our breath, our intuition, and what is truly needed. And guiding ourselves back to our intentions, maybe revisiting our intentions or creating new ones here around the new moon. As we listen to our bodies, in our heart and soul, what is truly needed and important to us. We're going to release the arms behind and release the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. Stretch here. The shoulders once more. So for the the interlacing is a little different, may feel a little different for the shoulders as well. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release the hands. Let's go inhale, halfway rise, flat back again, thigh bones press back and lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen your fold. Good, so you're still at the top of your mat. We're gonna step your right leg back into a deep lunge when you're ready. Hips are square. Let's bring your right hand underneath you. Hug the left hip in and back as you bring the left arm toward the sky. An open twist. Lift up to the heart center. One more breath. And then as we exhale, we'll bring that hand down. We'll spin the back heel down 45 degrees, actually just toes out to the side here and heel to heel aligned. We're going to inhale up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. You can wiggle that foot forward as much as you need so the knee stacks above the heel. Again, feel the inner thighs stretching long away from each other and the outer thighs plugging back into the hip sockets. Also want to feel that you're pressing into the outer edge of that back foot, lifting the inner arch. Couple breaths here. Bring the left arm towards the sky when you're ready. As we inhale to peaceful warrior. Reach up and exhale. Let's come back to your Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. From here, let's bring the hands to the hips. We're going to start to turn the hips towards the front, but we're going to bring that back foot over to the right a little bit, to the outside a little bit, so we can get those hips safely square here. So align yourself here so that again, the hips can face directly forward, tailbone is drawing down, pubic bone lifting up, and then we can again get into our lunge a little more deeply into that front leg. Make sure that knee stacks above the heel. Inhale here, maybe you want to reach the arms up to warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, let's bring the hands behind the head from here. Keep the ribs in as we lift up through the heart center and even pull up through the back of the neck a little bit here. Create some space through the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale, lift up through the heart and chest, elbows out to the sides. Exhale here, stretch open the chest. Keep the belly lifted. One more breath, root down through the feet. And as we exhale, we'll go ahead and release the arms, interlace the fingers once again behind you. Roll the shoulders back, knuckles away as you inhale, lift up through the heart center. Exhale, come to the inside of the leg, inner thigh. So we're pulling the outer left hip in and back, and the outer right hip forward, or the right thigh bone forward. So try to keep that heel on the ground, pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Tucking the chin, but not resting on your thigh. Use your core here, lengthen the spine. To really pull that left hip in and back. One more breath, stretching through the shoulders as well. And exhaling, releasing, hands down. We're gonna bring that right heel in line with the left heel one more time. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale again, feel the inner thighs stretch long, outer thighs plugging back in. Left arm to the sky as we inhale, stretch it up. And as we exhale, let's go and straighten the front leg. And from here, press into both feet, reach long through the left side of your body as we pull the hips in and back and lean back to your warrior 1. Oh, I'm sorry, to your Uttanasan triangle pose. Hug me in. To spread out, open up through your body. From here, inhale, stretch long to your reverse Uttanasan, left arm toward the sky. And as we exhale, we can bend into the front knee. Cartwheel the arms, turn that back leg in, hips are square. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Lift up through the heart center. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose, pressing into your fingertips. Tailbone down, shoulders stacked above the wrists. Inhaling again, lengthening. Exhale, lower the knees and elbows stay above wrists. We can lower halfway down. Press it up, inhale. Exhale, like you're drawing, like you're trying to pull the ground to you with your fingertips. Elbows in. Inhale one more time. Exhale, hover halfway, or come all the way down when you're ready. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the triceps in, point the toes. Inhale, squeeze in, lift the heart. Tailbone down, belly lifts. Exhale. Going to squeeze the triceps in, pressing up. Exhale, we're going to go back to a child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch and forehead to the ground or onto your hands. Let's take a few moments here to check in with the breath. So as we start to let the body become heavy into the ground, especially your head, like a big heavy bowling ball sinking into the earth. So you can allow ourselves to just drop into the earth, deep cleansing breaths into the back body. But really paying attention also to the exhales. So really moving into longer, smoother exhales, more complete breaths. And then feel the inhales naturally become a bit more expansive and fuller. And it's also really helpful to tune in and move towards that Ujjayi pranayama, an audible oceanic breath. A little bit of narrowing at the base of the throat, creating a vibration at the throat as you breathe, as if you're trying to breathe through the throat. And then from here, slowly sitting back towards the heels, and we'll roll up to your spine. Head is the last thing to rise again, so we'll ragdoll it up. Lift through the heart and chest. Take a moment here. Notice what you notice. Maybe a nice deep sigh, or to exhale out through the mouth. And whenever you're ready here, let's go ahead and come back onto your hands and knees. Set it up, so sending the inner thighs up and back again as we inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching here, take a few moments with breath and really plugging in through the hands and feet, plugging into the earth. So we'll bring the right leg towards the ceiling in three-leg dog. We're going to come up onto your tippy toes. Right leg slowly stretches up. Flex through the ankle, outer thigh and pinky toe pointing down to the earth. Take another deep breath, pressing equally into both hands. Exhale, thigh to chest, lift that heel nice and high. And stay here, inhale, lift through the core, hips are square, and then exhale, step that right foot forward. From here, we're going to, bring your left hand underneath your shoulder, pull that outer right hip in and back, and then right arm towards the sky. Lift the back thigh out. So on the other side here, so inhale, lift through the chest. And exhale, right hand down. We'll spin the left heel down, toes out to the side as we inhale, come up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Again, you can wiggle the toes forward as much as you need to. I'm going to just flip myself around here so we can see a little bit clearly here, more clearly. And again, feel the inner thighs stretching long away from each other, press into the outer edge of that back foot. Outer thighs plugging in. Deep breaths. Right arm towards the sky as we inhale to your peaceful warrior. Stretch the right side of your body. And exhale. Come back to warrior two. We're going to bring the hands again to the hips. And we're going to move that back foot over to the left a little bit as we switch our hips to the front. So now we're on railroad tracks rather than a tight rope, right? One foot on either track. And then we're pulling that tailbone down, navel towards the spine. Try to keep the outer edge of that back foot again, pressing down as much as we can. Tailbone down, pubic bone lifts. Again, from here, you're welcome to reach the arms up, warrior one, lift through the heart center. Or exhale, hands behind the head. Again, we want to keep the ribs hugging in while we open the chest up. Pull up through the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale, stretch those shoulders. Elbows out to the sides, open the chest. Stay here as you exhale. One more breath. And then on your next exhale, release the hands, interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. Stretch the shoulders deep. Inhale, open the chest again. Exhale, we'll bow forward inside of the legs. So humble warrior, hugging that outer right hip in and back. Feel the left thigh bone come forward. Plant through the feet. But again, we're not resting on that right thigh, but we're using your core to keep the hips square. One more breath here. Exhaling, release the hands down. From here, we're going to line up your back foot, heel to heel, aligned again as we inhale back to warrior two. Exhaling, Virabhadrasana 2 once more. Inhale, we'll stretch up into peaceful warrior. So we exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg and bring the back leg forward a little bit if you need to. We're going to reach forward, lean back. So reach forward, hips hug in as we slowly come into your Uttanasan. Triangle pose, no weight on your bottom hand. Lengthen through the sides of your body. Open up through your chest, one more breath. Reach and exhale. From here, we're going to stretch up. Both legs are straight. Inhale to your reverse Trikonasana one more time, reaching back. As we exhale, we bend into the front knee. Cartwheel that back. Cartwheel the back leg in, turn in. Lower the left knee down and curl the back toes as we inhale. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhaling. From here, we're going to step that left foot forward between the hands. Bow forward, fold. Stretch here. Slow, deep breaths. Good. From here, root down through both feet as we inhale halfway to rise, flat back. Exhale and deepen your fold. Let's bring your heels and toes together to touch, or as much as we can, at least the big toes touching. Squeeze your inner thighs and knees together here, especially. And make sure your knees are back behind the toes and your hips and butt are way back as well. Bring the hands to the heart center here when you're ready. Couple deep breaths. So from here, we really want to feel most of the work happening here through the front, the pelvic floor, through the low belly, lifting in and up. Feel like a scooping action here. Way deep inside and low. Lifting navel to spine, so navel's about 2 inches below the belly button. And breathing deeply, keeping that back nice and flat. And if and when you feel ready, we can bring the arms, stretching them up above your head. They don't have to go real high, just listen to your shoulders and your chest. Lift and exhale, bow forward. We can release the back, stretch the arms behind you, squeeze the triceps. From there, slowly skim the fingertips along the mat or on the ground as you inhale. Lift through the heart center. Exhale again, skim the fingertips, stretching back. Release your back, stretch those triceps. Squeeze those triceps. Inhale one more time, lift. As we exhale, back to the heart center. Bow forward, fold. Let's go ahead and stretch the legs here. Deep, slow breaths. And from here, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen your fold. Root down through both feet as we inhale. Root to rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up, palms to prayer. Exhale, arms down by your sides. And then again, inhale, root down, reach up. As we exhale, we can come right down the center here if you like, to third eye and heart center. Bow to the earth. Releasing, inhale, lengthen the spine here. Up on your fingertips or thighs, and exhale, deepen your fold. Let's go ahead from here, stepping back into a plank pose. Inhale to plank. Exhale, we can lower chaturanga or lower the knees halfway down. And then release down to the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift through the heart center, cobra. Exhale, reverse your push-up, squeeze the triceps in. Again, could be up on the knees or full plank. Bend the knees as we exhale, hover. Downward facing dog, stretch it out. Couple of slow, deep breaths here. From here, left leg towards the sky, hips square again. Inhale, up on your tippy toes, outer thigh rolling down. Exhale, thigh to chest, step it forward between the hands here when you're ready. Bend into the back knee, come onto your fingertips. Root down, either pressing onto, interlacing your fingers onto your left thigh, or reach straight up towards the sky as we inhale, lengthen. And as we exhale, press down into both feet, root down to ground. Again, inhale, sink the hips and lift the heart, stretch up. Exhale as we press into the feet, stretch the legs. One more time, inhale, reach up. This time as we exhale, we're gonna lift the belly, reach forward and straighten the back leg. So on a diagonal here, slowly, slowly float the arms behind you. Like wings as we bow the head. Couple more breaths here. Squeeze those triceps or the back of those arms. Hug that outer left hip in and back. One more breath. Exhale slowly from here. We're going to step that, pushing off the back foot. We're going to step that right foot all the way up to warrior three. And then back down, foot to foot here, Uttanasan, forward fold. So meet the feet together. When you're ready, separate the feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to sit back in our chair once again. Come on, fingertips, hands to the heart center. And once more, you really want your scooping, lifting through the front of the pelvis and hips and butt back, knees back as well. Breathing deeply. Pressing into the left foot. Let's lift the right heel off the ground. Staying here, keeping those knees and butt back. Stay here, or if and when you feel ready, cross the right leg over top of the left. Maybe wrapping the toes back, maybe not. But here we want to squeeze the thighs together and pull the hips in and back squarely. So resisting the tendency to twist, but really keep hugging in and back. So finding your eagle pose, you're welcome to stay here or wrap the right arm underneath the left, crossing elbows and wrists. So the arms are opposite of the legs. Right arm's underneath. And find your drishti or your gazing point here as you find a little balance and hug those thighs together. Hug your belly in, lifting up through your pelvic floor. Keep your eyes steady and your breath steady. One more breath here. From there, root down into your standing leg. You can lift that right thigh up. Pushing through the heel, flex the ankle a lot. Pushing through the heel to your warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Outer thigh, pinky toe pointing down. Lift up through your pelvic floor. So feel as if you're trying to lift your belly away from your left thigh. Take one more breath here. As we exhale, we're going to take a big step back into your warrior one again. So we inhale, lift up to warrior one, lift up your elbows and your heart space. Exhale, release the arms. Big circle around as we inhale, palms to prayer above your head. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Now from here, really spread your fingers out really wide and thumbs touching your chest, the center of your chest, pinkies to your thigh. Staying here, deep, slow breaths. Start to feel that left glute and hamstrings a lot, right? Burning up anything that no longer serves. A couple more breaths here. Or if and when you feel ready, if you'd like to advance a little bit, we're gonna hop it forward or stay there. Spread through the toes. Keep that bottom leg bent as we spread through your toes into a variation of warrior three here. The hip is open. And then when you're ready, exhale, step it back into a deep lunge. Release down onto your right knee. Spread through the fingers really wide. Left leg's gonna go up to the sky, three-leg dog. Stretch it out and shake it out. Bend and stretch. So open the hip, bend and kick gently. From there, let's bring your left knee all the way up towards your left shoulder. Keeping your hips up though, and thigh to chest. Left leg back to the sky, open the hip. Exhale, knee to your left shoulder, back to your chest, and up. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, back to chest. From here, we're gonna shift your weight forward, so shoulders stack above the wrists, pressing into the fingertips. Stay here, or come into a little bit of a mountain climber, alternating. Press into those fingertips. Protract the shoulder blades, so really press the upper back towards the sky. Breathe deep. Long, smooth breaths. Stay with it. And then when you're ready, left leg back up towards the sky. Inhale. Open that hip. Exhale, step that left foot forward. Between the hands, lower the right knee. Uncurl the back toes. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. As we exhale, we're going to shift the weight back for just a moment and then wiggle or hop that left foot forward, left leg forward. So let's bring the right thigh bone up and forward here towards the left leg, as if we're trying to move into the splits pose. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits, half monkey. Deep cleansing breaths here. Now feel free to release your hip a little bit and turn out the leg and turn it in. So internally, externally rotating from the hip. Just kind of loosening up the hamstrings here this way. Moving through these different angles. Feel free also to circle the toes around if that feels good. A couple more breaths here. Lengthening the spine, softening as we exhale. You're also welcome to move this forward a little bit, or if you'd like to move into the full split pose if you feel warm enough and ready for that. But really listen again to your body. Listen to your breath. Allow your breath and your body to be your teacher. Not just here, but always, right? So practicing that here. One more breath here, lengthening. Exhaling, softening here as we lunge forward. Let's go ahead and bring that left leg back into downward facing dog from there. Uttanasan. Deep, slow breaths. From here, if you'd like to, you can rest in child's pose or take a cat-cow if you wish, or inhale, lift up through on your tippy toes, lift up your core into plank pose, chaturanga, cobra, or upward facing if you like, and exhaling, squeezing in, press it up, back to your downward facing dog. So we'll all meet back in down dog when you're ready. Right leg towards the sky. Inhale, up on your tippy toes, outer thigh rolling down. Exhale, let's go ahead and step that right foot forward between the hands here. Lower that left knee down. From here, we're going to stretch out the quadriceps on that left side a little bit. So lean forward and bring that back foot towards you. So left foot towards your buttocks. As we lean forward, keep your right knee above the heel. Some of you might like to reach back for the foot if you're able to find it. You can grab the heel or the foot. One more deep breath here. Exhaling, release. Go ahead and step that left foot forward between the hands. As you're ready, lengthen the spine, inhaling. Exhaling to deepen your fold. Root down through the feet as we inhale, root to rise. Exhale, arms down, Tadasana. Maybe close the eyes down here for a moment. Again, just take some time to connect and observe. Notice what you notice. A couple of deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, root down again, inhale, reach up. As we exhale, bow, forward fold, however you like. Inhaling, lengthening spine, flat back. Exhaling, deepen your fold. Let's go ahead and step it back into your plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, you can rest or lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, reversing the push-up. Downward facing dog. This time, right leg's gonna go back up towards the sky as we inhale, hips stay square. Up on the tippy toes, outer thigh down. Exhale, thigh to chest, step that foot forward between the hands. From here, bend into that back knee. Excuse me. Come up onto your right thigh, tailbone down, belly lifts. You're welcome to stay here on the thigh or reach up towards the sky. Deep inhale, lengthen. And as we exhale, pressing into the feet. Excuse me. Inhaling, lengthen. Bend into the knees. Exhale, press down into the feet as we stretch the legs. Once again, inhale, sink the hips and lift the heart. As we exhale, we lift the belly, stretch the back knee as we dive forward, lengthen long. And then slowly bring the arms back behind you like wings. Hug that right butt cheek in and back. As we squeeze the triceps, bow the head. Again, we're not resting on the thigh for 3, 2. Deep, slow breaths. And 1. From here, lower the hands. We're going to push off the back foot to come forward. Push through the heel, warrior 3. And then bring the feet together. Separating your feet now, hip distance apart. Sitting the hips way back. Coming onto your fingertips. So once again here, knees back, butt back in your chair pose. Hands to the heart center or on your hips if you like. Press into your right foot, lift your left heel. Pressing your left leg on top if and when you feel ready. Maybe wrapping the toes back, maybe not. In your eagle pose with the legs. So feel free to stay here, squeezing again the knees and thighs together, resisting the urge to twist or to follow that twist, but to really use your core to keep your hips squared and centered. From here, left arm underneath the right, crossing elbows and wrists. So opposite of the legs. Lift the belly in and up, lift through the heart center. Knees back, butt back. Find your drishti or your gazing point once again. Feel that real deep lift in your core, scooping in and up. Eyes steady, breath steady, long and smooth. Hugging in. One more breath here. Exhaling everything out. Root down into your standing leg as we release. Lift the left leg up. Push back through your heel. Flex the ankle. Push through the heel, outer thigh rolling down, pinky toe down. Lift the belly. Warrior 3. So pushing the heel away from the crown of the head away from the heel. Lift your pelvic floor away from your thigh. One more breath. Exhale, step that left leg back. Turn your toes out. Warrior 1. Inhale. Lift up through the heart center, elbows up. Exhale, release the hands, palms to prayer. And from here, spread through the fingers, thumbs to your chest, pinky to your thigh. So again, square the hips here, lift your belly in and up. Deep, slow breath. You'll feel this in your glutes, right? Feel that right glute. Couple more breaths here, or walk or float it forward to your warrior 3 variation here. Spread through the fingers. Bottom knee stays bent. Sorry, spread through the toes and the fingers. One more breath. Find your gazing point, find your stillness. Exhale, step that left leg back into your deep lunge. Lower that knee. Relax that glute there. Spread through the fingers as we inhale. Lift that right leg up and back to 3-leg dog. Exhale, shake it out. Bend and kick gently. When you're ready, right knee comes forward to your right shoulder. Keep your hips up though, thigh to chest. So we're gonna circle that hip, circle that leg, inhale, circle that knee around. Exhale, right knee to right shoulder, and then thigh to chest. Keep those hips up. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee to right shoulder. Thigh to chest, we're gonna shift our weight forward, stacking shoulders above the wrists, and then come into your mountain climber here again. Now remember, you can make this low impact by just stepping and then switching, alternating, or you can make this a little more high intensity by hopping it out. Press into those fingertips. Deep, slow breaths. Keep it going. Good. When you're ready, right leg goes back up. Inhale. 3-leg dog. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Lower that left knee down. Uncurl the back toes as we inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's stretch that right leg out. So again, walk or hop or float that foot forward. Or wiggle that foot forward, lift that left thigh bone up and forward. Deep, slow breaths here. So lifting up through the pelvic floor as if we're trying to move forward into the splits. Again, we can externally and internally rotate from the hip, releasing, loosening up those hamstrings. Feel free whenever you feel ready to circle that foot around, flexing and pointing through the ankle. And then find, again, a few more breaths here in stillness, lengthening the spine, softening into the stretch. Deep cleansing breaths. Can really feel that ujjayi pranayama, that victorious breath vibrating in your throat. Getting that audible oceanic sound. Where the victory is really over the mind and tends to pull us into drama or our old stories and false beliefs. It brings us back to our heart, back to the breath, our spirit, our heart and soul. Let's reconnect. Take one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we'll lunge forward, stepping that right leg back into a downward facing dog again. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, stay here. Feel free to rest here or in child's pose, or take a cat-cow if you like for your spine. Or inhale, curl it forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway. And then release as we inhale to cobra. Exhale, reverse that push-up. Downward facing dog. Or you could go through that bear pose again. This time, bring your left leg towards the sky. Inhale up, three-leg dog. We can open that hip again. Exhale, step through between the hands. Lower that right knee down. And then again from here, we can flex the foot and draw. So we lean forward, just make sure that knee is above the ankle. We can lean forward and pull the foot towards the glutes. Or you can also reach back and draw that foot in, tailbone down, stretch through the quads. Go ahead and release here whenever you're ready. Stepping forward between the hands. Bow, forward fold. Long, smooth breaths. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhale, deepen your fold. Let's root down through both feet again. Bring the feet together, knees together as much as we can. Squeeze those thighs together, knees back, hips back. Uttanasan chair pose. Slow, deep breaths here. So stay with that. And as slowly as we can, we're going to sit down even lower and lower with every cycle of breath. See if we can come all the way down to our bottoms. You can separate the knees apart if you need to. And come back up onto your sits bones and thighs, shin bones parallel to the mat into your Uttanasan or half boat pose. Spread your toes out. So you're pointing the ankles, spreading the toes. Lift up through your pelvic floor again here. Lift that belly in and up. You can stay here with support or palms facing up towards the sky here out in front of you. If you want a little bit more, we can inhale, lengthen your whole body here. As we exhale, we scoop in and up from that deep pelvic floor. Again, inhale, lengthen your whole body. Exhale and scoop. One more time. Inhale, lengthen your whole body. Stay here for 3, 2, squeeze those thighs together. 1, and release. All the way down onto your mat. Take a moment here. Let it go. Long, smooth breaths. All right, from here, let's go ahead and walk your feet back up and hold on to your knees. Maybe rock yourself a little bit from side to side. And then let's put the feet down onto the mat, toes slightly angled in, heels slightly angled out, and knees pointing straight up toward the sky. Pressing down into both feet as we inhale. Lift up through the hips, reach the arms up and overhead behind you. Your dynamic bridge pose. So we take our next exhale, slowly bring the arms up towards the ceiling and then back down with your hips. Again, deep, slow inhale, root down through the feet. Lift up. You want to make sure that we only lift as high as we can feel our glutes and our hamstrings, our inner thighs, but not so high that we pinch the low back. Exhale or aggravate the lower back. Hips down. One more time. Inhale. Plant through all parts of your feet. And raising the hips on diagonal with the knees. Exhale. Slowly bring it back down. Now from here, let's bring the elbows in underneath you, like robot arms, spreading through the fingers here. We're pressing into the upper arms and elbows here as we lift through the hips. Again, not so much that we're lifting the hips up to the knees, but keep the navel drawing in and feel that your glutes, your butt, your inner thighs and your hamstrings are working here. So pressing down into your right foot without making too much movement or noise in the hips. So you can press down and lift up that left knee, keeping the belly in right above your left hip. And then slowly lower that foot down. Pressing into your feet, you can lift that right knee above the hip. Again, slowly lower down. Now, if that's too much, just keep both feet on the mat. One more time. Inhale, left knee stacks above the left hip. Exhale, lower. Keep your core really strong. Inhale and square, lift the right knee. And you'll notice one side is probably a little stronger than the other. That's okay. Exhale, lower down. Let's interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back underneath you. Press into both feet and all parts of your feet equally. And then let your belly rise and fall with each breath. Feel your belly inflate like a big balloon on the inhale. Pressing the belly button, navel towards the ceiling. And exhale, drawing the navel in and up towards your spine. Deep, slow breath. Filling up, push the belly button to the sky. Exhale, draw the navel towards spine. Again, that pressing of the belly button to the sky is not from your legs or your back. It's coming from inside. You're inflating the belly. Deep inhale. Press the belly button straight up to the sky. Exhale, navel to spine. And then on your next exhale, we'll slowly come down. Sit on top of your hands, your wrists, gently massaging, stretching them. And then release your hands here. Uncurl the shoulders. And let's bring the soles of, wiggle your hips a little bit. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out. In a Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a few breaths here. And fold the legs in together here once again. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock it a little bit side to side. Now feel free here to roll onto your side to push yourself up, or we can rock and roll yourself up. So you can use your legs here to help roll up. We're going to bring the feet a little further out in front of your mat here and pull the flesh out from underneath you. From here, drawing the toes up and back, let's press into the palms as we inhale. Press down to lengthen your spine in Dandasana. Staff pose as we exhale. Bring the belly, navel to spine, and chin in towards the throat. Stretching through the back of the neck. Stretch and lengthen the spine. Pull the toes up and back. One more breath. Exhaling, root down through your thighs, lift the toes back towards your head. Inhale from here, root down, reach up towards the sky. As we exhale, let's paint the walls out in front of you, or whatever's out in front of you, and bow forward, fold, tucking the chin in towards the throat. And from here, again, sort of curling in on yourself. Make sure if you need to, rock side to side and pull the flesh out from underneath. Bend into your knees here as much as you need, especially if you feel any tension in your hamstrings or your low back here. Bend those knees. Tuck the chin deep, cleansing breaths into your back body. And so focusing more deeply on those exhales, emptying out slowly and completely. And then feel the inhales fill you up fully, expansively. Every corner and inch of your body, every cell. Try that one more time. Deep breath in. Filling up and exhaling everything out. From here, inhaling, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, let's go ahead and roll down through your spine vertebrae by vertebrae, using your core again here, pressing the legs, hips down, and then releasing the mid and upper back as you come down, all the way down to your mat. Turn your head, your gaze to one side, and then to the other side, releasing the neck. And feel free to take your fingers back there too and give your neck a little bit of a massage. Releasing any residual tension, massaging any tension out of the neck and shoulder area. And then let's bring your feet back up towards the ground here. We're going to place the right foot over top of the left thigh, flexing that right ankle a lot, interlacing underneath the left thigh or over top of the knee. Take some deep, slow breaths here. We can also rock this a little bit side to side if you like, stretching through the outer hip and the glutes. And whenever you feel ready here, as we come back to your center, really press the thighs and the hips down away from your shoulders. Really feel that nice stretch through the outer, through the glutes here. So keep that right ankle flexed a lot to protect the knee. Pressing that right knee especially away from you. Deep cleansing breaths. And then feel free here to take this figure four all the way over to the left side of you into a twist. And then open up your right arm, turning your gaze over the right shoulder. You can hug the thigh in towards you more if that feels good, or use your left hand to push the knee away from your body. So you want to, again, flex that right ankle a lot. Pushing the knee away from your body here will really stretch into that outer hip joint. So notice where it feels best for you today, where you need it. Wringing out anything that no longer serves, but full of acceptance and compassion for it being there, and perhaps also expressing our gratitude for whatever was there to teach us. And allowing ourselves to fully release and let go of it when we're ready. And you're also welcome to, if you like, extending that right leg out so you can hold the big toe or the outer edge of the foot. And as we extend and lengthen the leg, we're pressing the hips down away from the shoulders again. So you feel your spine come into a neutral position, feel your hips square, and that nice deep stretch through the outer leg line and hip. Really emptying out, becoming an open space for change and renewal, for the possibilities. Whatever your heart calls to you, your heart and soul shows you that you want or need. Creating this space for moving towards our heart and soul. From there, releasing, coming back to center once again when you're ready. And let's bring the left foot over top of the right thigh, flexing that left ankle a lot, interlace underneath the right thigh here or over top of the knee. Whatever feels best for you. Flex that left ankle a lot as you gently rock side to side here. And massage and stretch those glutes. Find all those different angles. And once you find center here, once again, pressing the thighs and hips down away from the shoulders, especially your left knee. Keeping that left ankle flexed. Deep cleansing breath. Really allowing yourself to receive and give back fully and generously with full trust that the next breath will be there for you. And that the fullness and the abundance of each breath will be there for you. As we practice, as we connect. That's all that's needed. And this healing, this abundance, it's like it's always there, just waiting for us to connect. And then again, whenever you feel ready here, we can bring the legs in that figure four over to your right. Open up your left arm, turn your gaze over your left shoulder, and either hugging that left thigh to your chest. Make sure that left hip is stacked above the right here as well. Or we could use the right hand to push the knee away from you, that inner knee, and flex that left ankle. Feel that nice stretch through the outer hip. Release neck and shoulders here as much as we can too. So repositioning or relaxing the neck as you need to. And wringing out with every exhale. Rinsing out completely. Giving back. And if and when you feel ready, if you'd like to extend that left leg out, you can hold the outer edge of the foot, big toe, or whatever you can reach there, or use a strap. And as you extend the leg out, pressing the hips and thighs down away from your shoulders. Feel the spine neutralize, the hips square off, and that deep stretch as we do so. Our bodies are really clever about compensating in these stretches. So when we come back to a neutral position, you can really feel how deep the stretch really is when we're not compensating. Pressing hips and thighs down away from you. Now releasing that left leg, slowly coming back to center when you're ready. Let's come into Ananda Balasana, happy baby. So holding on to the outer edges of the feet, the big toes, or the ankles or shins. Pressing down to your sacrum. So we really want to feel the external rotation of the hips here. So really feel like you're trying to press your tailbone into the ground as you rock gently side to side and open these hips. Another couple breaths here. We can find stillness here if you like. Bring the feet as wide apart as the mat is and windshield wipe your knees to one side, stretching out again the hip flexors, the quadriceps here, and then to the other side, releasing. We'll slide your hands under the lower back and wiggle the sits bones apart and stretch, pulling the flesh out from underneath as well. Stretch the legs out a few feet apart and arms down perhaps by your sides, or you can rest them on your body. Wiggle out whatever you need to. Let the shoulders, the hips grow heavy. Feel the back of the neck release. Allowing the arms and the legs to grow even heavier. Feel the eyelids also heavy. And the eyeballs sink into the back of the skull. Really allowing ourselves to fully drop into the earth. Give ourselves to the earth. Full of acceptance, full of gratitude for what is, for whatever may be here with you, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. Once we fully accept and recognize that maybe it's there to teach us something. Maybe it has already taught us something, we just don't know it yet. Being able to settle into an energy of gratitude even, and just see what it becomes from that place. If we become a space of infinite and unconditional love for whatever is within and around. Coming back to our true selves and our true nature. That is infinite, full of peace, abundance, gratitude, and healing. Settling back into this joyful state of our natural being. Remembering all we need to do is connect to it. It's always here for you. Just be. Now take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And please feel free to stay here in stillness and meditation as long as you wish. If and when you feel ready, perhaps gently awakening the fingertips and the toes. Maybe even stretching the arms up overhead, stretching your whole body as you inhale. And then melting back into the earth as you exhale. Walking your feet back up onto the mat or onto the ground and hugging the knees into your chest, wrapping the arms around the legs. Give yourself a big hug. And feel the whole length of your spine from your tailbone all the way through the back of your neck, root into the earth. And rolling onto your right side into a fetal position with the right arm under your head like a pillow. Stay here for a few deep breaths as we come back to this symbolic rebirth, back to this safe and supported space where we're held and everything that we need, we already have. Just remembering that as we're held by life and held by the universe. As we take our next deep exhale, pressing into the left palm to slowly rise. We'll keep the eyes closed and our gaze inward as we find a nice tall and comfortable seat. Just resting hands onto thighs or knees. Lean back slightly as we stack the shoulders above the hips and open up through the heart space. Take a few moments and just observe what you feel as we breathe. And as you feel ready, joining the right and left side, joining the palms together in prayer or Anjali Mudra at the heart center, lifting the heart slightly up towards the hands and bowing the head in towards the heart. And perhaps settling into an energy of gratitude as we observe our body's natural ability and capacity to rebalance and reharmonize, recalibrate, and to equalize. And taking deep, cleansing, and nourishing breaths as we seal our practice and our intentions with gratitude, thanking our bodies for our practice, thanking ourselves and one another for sharing our practices, for making the effort, and thanking the breath for giving us life. Namaste. All right.